What's up, everyone? And this is Next Level Thinking. What's up, everyone? It's another episode of Next Level Thinking. As we always know, we help you elevate to the next level. Of course, we always bring in special guests. And today, I have my special guest by the name of
Abby, I will test.
Awesome. So go ahead and tell the audience a little bit about yourself so they can find out why I got you on.
Well, I am Nigerian American. I was born in Lagos, Nigeria. And at the age of 13, my family and I moved to America. I lived in America for 12 years, went to school, went to junior high school, college here. And then when I graduated from college, I worked for a few years, about two or 3 years. And then I moved back to Nigeria to pursue my professional career in communications.
You were going back and
And
from like the country.
yeah. And then I lived in Nigeria for 7 years. While in Nigeria, I met my husband. We got married. We had our first child. And in 2019, we decided to relocate to America to raise our family. And that's where we're at right now. So yeah.
So we're going to backtrack just a little bit. So when you first came to America, like how did it? Like, did you feel like a transition from everything? Did it take some getting used to?
Oh, yes, definitely. I had major culture shock. Major. Yeah, I found it so difficult to make friends. For a whole year, I had no friends. I was in junior high school at Katy Junior High School, and my only friend was my art teacher. I had this amazing art teacher who like found discovered my talent in arts, and she just took me under her wing, and she kind of sort of mentored me, and that was what kind of kept me busy and engaged. So I had no friends. I mean, it was really difficult for me to make friends. And then when I got into high school, because I was in the eighth grade when we moved from Nigeria. And so when I got into high school, I finally started, you know, getting more acclimatized to the American culture. I made friends. I joined groups at school, clubs, and things like that. And yeah, but I did have that initial culture shock, and it was very difficult for me socially to just blend in and be a normal social friendly 13-year-old.
Yep, and I want to hit on a little something deeper on that because communication is everything. Either it's like using hand signs or talking on the phone or just drawing different kind of illustrations and much more. Communication is very important. And so when you're going through that culture shock and much more and trying to communicate, I guess you can say, I guess the American way, you had your original culture, you faced
Yeah.
that obstacle. So I want you to tell the audience, like, how did you overcome that? Did you just have to like, I'm just going to figure out some things, do some different, like, kind of explain a little bit more in depth so other people can relate to that?
Sure, for sure. When I first got to America, I obviously had a thick Nigerian accent.
Mhm.
And funny enough, ironically, because a lot of people have a bad story around this, but ironically, when I moved to America, everybody in my classes thought that my accent was so cool. They thought that my background being Nigerian was so cool. I mean, in my classes, the teachers and the students would be like, "Oh my God, you're from Nigeria. I love your accent and everything." I wasn't made fun of. I wasn't picked on for having a funny accent or from being from Africa. There were a few jokes here and there from people who were like, "Oh, do they have houses? Do you guys swing from trees in Africa?" And so that overall, it was a pleasant experience in the sense that people embraced my the difference of culture that I had. And I did well in school. Like I was very studious. I made sure that my grades were good, so I never had any problem with grades or like my academic performance. It was more just the social aspect. And how I was able to overcome it was just to get support from my family. Like when I would come home from school, I would, cry to my mom about how school was so tough and we all had to sit down in the gym in the cafeteria, and I would sit by myself. I didn't have any friends, and she would just encourage me. My mom would just encourage me. She would lift me up. She would make me feel comfortable and good about myself, and she just would always tell me that it's just a passing phase and I would eventually get over it, and I eventually did. So I would say that how it helped me over how I was able to overcome that awkward phase was getting support from my family, yeah.
Awesome answer. And it's very important to have a supporting cast around you, especially when you're going through something new, because they can always keep you uplifted as you go outside of your comfort zone. But that's how you grow. You don't grow just being comfortable. So you step outside your comfort zone, and then you're doing the communication, doing things different from normal. But
Yeah,
as you did that, you grew even more as a person, which is
yeah,
wonderful. And that also allowed you to express where you came from Nigeria.
yeah,
So I guarantee you other people are like, oh, that's cool. Because now you're establishing your communication from where you're from. And when something's different, people are kind of like, oh, I want to learn more. So it all kind of builds that foundation from that.
yeah.
So go a little bit more in depth. So we, had your time in America and then you went back. So how did that change? I'm pretty sure like you came back there like you got a little America. You didn't leave here with that.
Yeah, definitely. I was in Nigeria when I moved back. I was 25 when I moved back. So I was an adult. I was a young adult. And I was I as soon as I got back, I just immersed myself in the social scene. Like I made friends very quickly. I made friends very quickly. Ask grandma. Go ask grandma, darling. I made okay. I'm sorry. My daughter
Hey,
is
that's our special guest over there too.
go ask grandma. Go ask grandma, okay? I made friends very quickly, and I sorry, I'm so sorry. This is ridiculous.
You're good.
Okay.
Every time.
Go to your grandma. Go to your grandma. Go ask your grandma. I made friends very quickly, and I was able to just blend back into the Nigerian culture. And the thing with Nigeria is there's this Jesus. Okay.
Challenges. It's all good.
There's the thing with Nigeria is Nigeria. Go and ask your grandmother. Go and ask your grandmother. I'm so sorry, Chris.
You're
Okay.
fine.
So Nigeria has a culture that's very they have like there's something that they call move backs. Move backs are people who have lived abroad and now move back to Nigeria for work, for social, just to live and thrive in Nigeria. And there's a very strong community and like social community of move backs. And so I got into that community, and I was able to make friends. I was able to be social. So it really helps to have that community of people who were kind of like-minded, who had moved back from either the UK or from the US, and we all just were like hanging out and having fun, working, living life, enjoying being young and not having too many responsibilities. So I really enjoyed being back in Nigeria, and it was a very fun, exciting experience for me.
Awesome, awesome. And I'm glad that you took some of the things that you learned here back into your home area as well. So it's all
Definitely.
part of that growth. So with all of this, you're learning from different, of course, American, and then you're going over there. What did you begin to strongly have a passion for, so the audience would know?
Oh yes. Be living in America and then going back to Nigeria, you sort of see the stark difference in the quality of life of people in Nigeria as opposed to America. For instance, life in Nigeria can be very difficult. It's quite difficult for a lot of people. Nigeria is not exactly a very prosperous nation. It has a lot of potential. It has a lot of potential to be a prosperous nation, but it's not a prosperous nation. And a lot of people struggle socially, they struggle financially, they struggle even spiritually. They just struggle, and it's a very tough environment to live in and to even thrive in, you know. But and so I would see the stark differences and one of the major differences for me, one of the things that really bothered me and still bothers me about Nigeria is the lack of constant electricity. That just that alone bothers me to no end. And I just feel like there's a part of me, and I'm meant to, there's something about that issue in Nigeria that I'm meant to sort of give some alleviation to. I just believe in my heart of hearts that I am called to help solve that problem in Nigeria in some way. I don't know how. It's not like I know how that's going to happen, but I'm so passionate about helping to solve that problem of power and electricity in Nigeria that has plagued the country for many decades. I mean, this was a problem that we had when I was young, before we moved to America, when I was like 9, 10. This was an issue that we had then: lack of power, lack of electricity, constant electricity. And even after I moved back to Nigeria, 12 years afterwards, it's still a problem. It's still a problem till today. And I just keep asking myself this question: why can't we seem to solve that problem? Because I believe that if that problem, that singular problem, is solved, a lot of other good things will develop in Nigeria. A lot of other industries and infrastructure will grow and spring up if they just had that constant power. If we're able to solve that singular problem, a lot of other issues that we have will naturally be alleviated because of the power thing just being constant.
Yes, and that is like, I mean, just I have like thoughts like when we have like a storm that goes through Texas and we lose power, it's like we all panic. So I can just imagine just having, we can go like with minimum into not enough electricity for like the entire year. That right there, I know will be a tremendous amount of. Whew.
Yeah, it's really crazy, and it psychologically affects you too. Because when you come home, or when you're at home with your family, and you guys are on the couch just watching something on TV, and you're laughing. Maybe it's a weeknight. Maybe you came back from work, you and your husband came back from work, and you're with your child, and you're just on the couch watching something, and it's obviously nighttime, it's evening, it's dark, and all of a sudden they just take the lights, like there's just instant blackout, and you're like, what the heck? It psychologically affects you because you just feel like, why does this have to be a problem? Why does this have to be an issue? Why can't we have light, electricity, to be able to see and do things and enjoy our company and enjoy being together as a family watching a TV show? And then you now have to worry about, oh, okay, do I have a generator? Is my generator working? And all that stuff. And so practically everybody in Nigeria owns a generator. Every household has a generator because light is so unconstant. It's so sporadic and unpredictable that everybody needs to have a generator just to get by.
Awesome. So with that, I want to give you opportunity to give you more value, like explain like the importance of being a service to others, because it seems like I can tell that you are very passionate, especially with the lack of electricity from your home area. So I want you to go ahead and like plant that seed so that other people can understand the importance of helping others, because it may not you might not get the return of it immediately, but it's like you plant your harvest. So go ahead.
Definitely, definitely. Well, if you want to be great, learn to be a servant. Learn to serve, because it is through service, it is through helping others, lifting people up, that God blesses you. Honestly, I'm not going to pretend like I'm not privileged. I am privileged to have the circumstance that surrounds me. I know that I am privileged for the mere fact that I am a US citizen. That in and of itself is a privilege that a lot of people don't realize. A lot of Americans don't realize how privileged you are to be a US citizen. That alone is a privilege. And I believe that when God puts you in a certain position of advantage, He's not doing that just so that you can squander the comforts of that situation. He's doing it so that you can help others, so that you can be a light in the darkness. So I see my position of privilege as an opportunity to go and help those who are down, those who are low, those who don't have the same opportunities that I might have. So that is where service comes in. Being able to serve others, being able to help lift people up and give them that sense of hope and that sense of power, empowerment, where they know that they are great and they can achieve anything they want to achieve. They can be successful. They can break barriers. They can break glass ceilings. They can rise above the limitations that surround them and surround their families. So yes, service is everything. Being able to serve in a way that you uplift others is the ultimate goal for me.
Awesome. Go ahead and knocking out these questions out the park. Just have fun with it. So I want to throw another one at you, as I feel like that's serving right in this energy, is the importance of showing love to others. So I'm seeing you very passionate, serving to others, and being that leader, impact, or influence to make a dramatic impact or change for the greater. So I want to bring in the topic of love, like the importance of showing love to your friend, your neighbors, and much more, especially not only here but everywhere. I want you to go and put in some your insight on that.
Yes, showing love is so important. Love is, as cliche as this sounds, love is truly the greatest gift of all, and it's not only reserved for those who you know and those who you're close to and those who you have a preference for. We are meant to love others and love even the unlovable, if there's such a thing as unlovable, because everybody deserves to be loved anyway. But the point is, love is something that should always emanate from our being. And I believe that there are two ultimate emotions in this world. There is love and there is fear. If you're operating in love, then you don't operate in fear. But if you're operating in fear, you cannot operate in love. So every time, and I believe that all the other emotions come down, they all spring forth from these two fundamental emotions, love and fear. So if you always choose love in everything you do, it will guide you to that golden light. It will guide you to that promise. But I feel that a lot of people live in fear of the unknown, fear of COVID, fear of poverty, fear of lack. And that holds you back, because when you're fearful, you don't think straight. You don't think creatively. You don't think progressively, because you're paralyzed by fear, and you start acting impulsively and doing things that do not lead you in the direction of progress and prosperity. But when you operate with love, God is love, source is love, and everything good comes from love. So when you operate with the emotion of love, you are opening yourself up to the universe in a glorious and amazing way, and you're basically ushering good things in for you and your community.
Yes, and there's so much power into love, and the amount of energy. I mean, the impact it has to others.
Yeah.
Everyone needs that to feel better about themselves, but also to move forward. And I also like how you hit on basically attacking fear head on. If you really want to be honest about it, fear is like one of the biggest things that prevents us from actually living a life or living in prosperity that we want, because we allow fear, doubt, the unknown. Like we know you want to reach a certain level in your life or obtain that amount of success, but you have that obstacle of fear, the unknown, or like you should do this, but I kind of doubt myself. And those little things subconsciously get into your head that prevent you from moving forward. And it's always big about taking action. So I want you to tell the audience the importance of taking action and moving forward, because I feel like a lot of times we get like trapped in our head. Like we know what we need to do. You need to talk to that person. You need to make that phone call or just go to that other country, but we just get stuck. So help us out.
Yeah, well, the importance of taking action cannot be underestimated, because when you act, you are creating momentum, and every action is moving you closer and closer to your goals. So when you have a vision for your life, when you have goals that you have set for yourself and your family, it's very important that you keep on taking steps in the direction of your goals and your dreams. Don't let fear or doubt keep you from achieving what you are meant to achieve. Because the honest truth is that we have within us all we need to succeed. We have all the pearls, all the wisdom, all the gold that we need to succeed in life. We already have them in us. And so when you start acting, and you're taking action in the direction of your goals and your dreams, you start gaining momentum. And before you know it, the universe opens up its arms to you, because the universe is constantly conspiring to bless us. It really is. And so when you are true to yourself, when you trust your instincts, when you believe, when you are convicted in your spirit about a certain direction or a certain goal you have set for yourself, it's really important that you take the necessary steps, the necessary actionable steps, moving in that direction of your goals and your dreams. And the universe will assist you. It will send you help until you reach that goal. And you can keep setting more goals, higher goals for yourself.
Hey, what a solid way to answer that. It's always what you put out there in the universe.
Yeah.
You get basically what you receive. So if you put out that I want to be great, I want to help out, I want to live my life in prosperity, naturally the universe has to pretty much give that to you in return. But it's also the same for other negative stuff. So if you constantly say, I'm not deserving of that, it's never gonna happen to me. Well, guess what? You're gonna exactly what you put out there. So that's very important when it comes down to that. So as we get closer to wrapping things up, I want you to leave the audience with some strong closing or like empowering words so they can keep their stuff going into their life of prosperity or whatever greatness they want to achieve in their life so they can keep moving forward, along with leaving them where they can find you at.
Oh, yes. Well, I would say, for my parting words on here, I would say that we always have courage, always have the courage to follow your dreams. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Always have courage. Always choose love and courage over fear and doubt. You know, if you know what you want for your life, which we all should really, we should all have goals. And I encourage you, my beautiful audience, to have the courage to go after your dreams. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Take that first step. Take that first step in the direction of your dreams, and you will gain that momentum, and you will continue to move in the direction of your dreams, and you will receive the help and the assistance that you need. But first, have the courage to break away from anything that is limiting, any limiting beliefs, any preconceived notions that any naysayers. There's a lot of times when we're going on this journey of life, you have doubters, you have naysayers who come and tell you that, oh, that can't be done, it's impossible, you can't achieve that. And a lot of times when naysayers say that, they're just reflecting their own feelings, because they feel like they can't do it. They now deflect and project their own insecurities on you. Because the person can't do it doesn't mean I can't do it. Because you didn't do it doesn't mean I can't. So why are you projecting your own fears and your own insecurities on me? So it's very important that you have the courage to pursue your dreams and ignore the naysayers when they rise up. And the second part of the question was, how can they contact me? You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. My handle is at Ask Dear Abby. Abby is spelled with an I, ABI. Ask Dear Abby. And you can also check out on our site, www.askdearabby.com.
Awesome, well said. Way to drop the mic and leave those powerful words. But that is very true. It's like go for your dreams. Like you perfectly said it well. Like go for your dreams, ignore the naysayers and move forward, because you never know how far that you can get. But if you allow other people to get inside of your head and prevent you from moving forward, you never will obtain that success or the dream that you ever wanted in your own life. So it's very important to go all out, pursue it, and get the prosperity that belongs to you. So very well said when it comes down to that. And just keep the dreams alive. And honestly, I feel like a lot of us when we get to that certain age or have faced a traumatic event, we start thinking the worst and being like, okay, I'm not going to obtain. It's not for me. No, that is, if anything, more of a reason to move forward and overcome that adversity.
Definitely.
Awesome. So we're going to go ahead and close out this great podcast. We're going to always bring you great value. She just dropped the mic. I got to keep replacing my mics because my guest over here.
Well, thank you, Chris. It's always a pleasure talking to you and just being around you. You have a great spirit and you're going places. So we thank God for just the strength and the determination to chase after our dreams. Yes.
Thank you. So with that, it's your host, Chris Holmes, and my special guest by the name of
Abby Awotesu.
Awesome. Make sure you subscribe, share, comments, and much more. Keep that conversation going because that's how we help people elevate to the next level. It's your time to live your dream, prosperity, be great, kings, queens, and much more. And remember to take it to the next level. Peace.